Greetings, class. I want to show you a big part of our course, which is going to be the MyMathLab platform that goes along with our textbook. I think MyMathLab is a great resource for a math course such as this. You'll find at a lot of colleges and universities courses that are at the 100 level and maybe pre-100 level and sometimes post-100 level are all utilizing a platform like this. And what MyMathLab does is it provides a place where homework can be assigned, things like that. So there's a lot more accountability for homework, but there's a lot more assistance. So I'm going to give you just a quick tour of MyMathLab. So first of all, on the home page of our course, there's two places to enter MyMathLab. One is at the bottom. I have it in one of our widgets right here. Now this one should sort of embed and link up some of the things from MyMathLab directly with your account on D2L. One of the things right now is I'm not sure how that'll show up for me as a faculty member. When I click, it opens kind of an in-between page here with some extra links in between, and then I can click up here on Open MyLab and Mastering, and I'm right in where I want to be. Okay, I'll show you what that looks like. Now, when I change my role to the student role, what happens is it's not live right now for students, so nothing really happens, so I can't really show you that perspective. So this is what our course looks like in MyMathLab. What you can do right now, though, is up here in the nav bar, I have a direct link to the MyMathLab login page. So you click that, it's going to take you to your spot to sign in. So it doesn't think I'm signed in right now. I'm going to close that other tab that I had open there. You'll have to excuse all my other extra tabs. So you click sign in, and what you'll find is a lot of times you get some pop-up things. Usually I just continue, but if you ever have any issues, you can see right up in here, whoops, sorry, it disappeared, but right up in here, towards the upper right in my address bar, right up here, what you'll see is a little warning might come up saying like a pop-up happened, and you need to allow pop-ups for things to be working. So here's after you log in, you get to a place like this. Your mind's going to look maybe a little bit different as the instructor, but you're going to go to Math 103, College Algebra CHS, college and the high school. So this is the main page within MyMathLab. And so what we'll be doing in MyMathLab is that is where you'll find homework assignments that would be graded and a lot of practice opportunities just outside D2L. So D2L is really where the course is housed. You're going to work through your instructional material, you're going to work through just the sequence of the course, discussion posts, graded assignments through there. But what will happen is there'll be times where it'll kind of highlight you to come out here, maybe in the activity section, and say, make sure you get your MyMathLab homework done. There's going to be a quiz for each module that's housed right here in MyMathLab. So, quick tour. The home page here I don't use too often, to be honest with you. With MyMathLab, I often am going right to my links in the left navigation bar. But what is nice in here is right in here in the upper left area, they give you what to work on next. So you can see some things that'll be coming up in our course. MyMathLabOrientation. There's a short assignment that just helps you navigate the system and how to provide your answers really. And then you'll see section homeworks coming up. So for each section I'll be assigning some problems. It should be typically around 10 problems, should take typically, they provide average completion times, and I would say maybe around 20 minutes for each section. Now realize though, there's of course going to be multiple sections in each module, so that could be anywhere from an hour for a 1 or 2 week module of specific homework completion time, or it could be a couple hours in some time, so make sure you manage that time. I'll walk you down the left bar here, and what will happen is you got your course home. The next link is homework. So you click on homework, and that just provides a list of upcoming assignments. And you'll see this populated a lot more when you get in here. What's nice, this is the student view right now. I'm not in my view. I can alter that up here, but this is what yours will look like. The next one down is quizzes and tests. Click in there, and what you'll see are a bunch of sample quizzes and tests that the publishers made. So you can go through here and just practice quizzes and tests for no harm, no foul, and whatever your grade is. Okay. Now I'm going to change my view to manage for a moment instead of just viewing. And what you'll see when I change it to manage, you'll see I have my quizzes that I've assigned, okay? But if you notice, the check mark isn't open for assign yet. So that's why they didn't show up from your view. When I assign things, that's when it pops up in your view over here. So there's a quiz that you'll complete for each module that you'll have an hour of time to complete. And they're not all multiple choice just because it's online. Sometimes you have to enter your answers. With the quizzes, what you'll have is 2 full attempts at the quiz. So you can take the entire quiz and then you can retake it a second time if you're not happy with your score. With the homework, I have it set so that each problem you get 4 attempts at. So what can happen is, you can try the problem out, go back, try it again. The big goal is, you might be able to find, I can get stuff done easy on the internet. I'm getting helps, to get your homework done. The quizzes are quizzes. But you really want to make sure you understand how to do it, because we do have 3 proctored tests that are on paper, and really, you have to know how to do it to be able to be successful in those. So these first 3, course, home, homework, quizzes, tests, that's where you find stuff that you have to actively participate in. Down below that are some great resources, okay? Now the gradebook, I won't be using this for your course gradebook, but you can just go in there just to see how you do on the specific MyMathLab assignments. They'll be ported over into D2L though for your course grade. The study plan is one thing I really like about this. So the great thing about the study plan, you click in here and it provides you with just practice problems for each of the sections. So you can progress through the course if you want, just kind of it'll take you through a tour. You can also just choose all chapters right here, and you can go down and you can just pick a section, hey, we're going to be starting 1-1. I want to pick specific things out of 1-1, so very specific, or you can just click here, do the whole thing. You can click right there and do all of chapter 1. Now, many of the chapters, we're omitting a section here or there, so you always want to be cautious if you choose a full chapter study plan. Again, this is optional, but it's another great resource to practice problems rather than just get instruction on problems. Chapter contents. So one of the things I had said is you do not need a paper copy of the book. This is one way to get into your e-text. So you can go in there by going by chapter. So chapter 1, let's say section 1-1. And when I click there, I can watch a video presentation. So there's actually a little bit of extra video instruction here. I know I have a lot of resources for that already. You can work on the study plan for this, but right here, view the multimedia e-text. So when you click on that, it's going to open a new tab, possibly a new window, depending on your browser. And voila, the e-text is on the way. Sometimes you might have to run an Adobe Flash preview or something like that, but your e-text will pop up in another tab or window. And then what's great is, here's your book. So this is the textbook. Every page, so right up here you look at it, it says page 80. You open the paper book to page 80, and right here, this is what you see. You can go from page to page, like this, but here's what's different than the paper book. You got links to things. So some extra practice problems they'll walk you through. Another tab might open when you do that, but you can work right out of the ebook on some problems too. So we'll see if this loads any faster here. All right, so it pulls a practice problem out that goes right with the example in the ebook. So I think the ebook is actually a little more full-featured, of course, than having a paper book. So if you're a comfortable digital reader, you can really work through here and get a lot of resources out of the ebook, and you need to get used to kind of navigating what the different stuff is. You can highlight some things if you're into that, and just navigate to any part of the book over here in the left sidebar. So that's one way to get in your textbook. You click on chapter contents, takes you back to the different chapter. We can click on main menu, get back to the main menu. So in here then, there's a few other things, student success. So don't really go in here too much, but they give you some just general pointers on being a successful student. Tools for success, kind of the same thing. They give you some extra links and some places to go for that. Oops. I just navigated back out of the course. Down here, multimedia library. If you click there, This is a way to kind of just get and find like any multimedia resources that they have for a certain chapter, like the textbook, section video lectures, PDF, PowerPoint. So the PowerPoints I've linked already back in D2L. I put those in there. Purchase options. So that's the one thing. You'll see a little more about logging in and purchase, but here they give you an idea, an option of purchasing your textbook. So when I first get you into MyMathLab, there's going to be kind of like a 2-week trial period, and what you'll need to do is either via credit card or by purchasing an access card ahead of time. You'll have a code that you need to enter, and you'll be able to get in and complete all this stuff. And in the long run, the code is about $100, a little over $100. If you were to buy a brand new textbook or a textbook along with a code, that's in the $200 range for it. Anything else I want to point out here? Course tools. I don't use too much in here, like document sharing. If I was just using MyMathLab, sometimes I would upload items to the document sharing area, but we most likely will not use that. We'll focus on using D2L for, again, the main part of our course. Anything where you see the person little X'd out here, that's things that you wouldn't see. That's just here in my instructor areas. So anyway, that's a brief tour of MyMathLab. What you'll be doing over here is a couple things. One, completing your graded homework assignments. Second thing, you'll have module quizzes to complete in here that I'll be assigned. And then the third thing is you're going to use this as another resource, a practice resource. So go in here to the study plan, to these practice quizzes and tests, and complete practice on the course. So I hope it serves you well and that it's a great resource for you in the course.